Hello, my name is Carx82, and welcome back to my GregBlock series. I've just replaced a couple of things in here. I put mercury in the input hatch and liquid gold in the other input hatch, and I'm actually making radon at a relatively quick pace, much faster than my other process of chemical reacting plutonium. So I did 18 buckets of mercury and 18 buckets of gold, because that's like an even amount. So those will clear out when all that stuff's done, but I should be having a pretty large surplus of radon. And I'm going to turn off this. Yeah, it's still going, but I'm going to turn these two off. So I actually have two extra things here. If I want to do anything. But let's see. Yeah, so we have 19 buckets of radon now. And the reason I wanted to get some radon going is germanium is gallium and radium. And I want to get some, I was thinking, I do a lot of my tools with HSSE. And they have, let's see. I don't know, so like the file, it has 51,000 durability. So, but HSSE steel, although the materials are pretty easy, still needs a bunch of this, and then it needs silicon, and then to get this, it needs tungsten steel. So it needs a lot of kind of time and effort to get this. So like this needs tungsten steel, but then tungsten steel also needs like the ingots. You need to get the ingots, then you have to pulverize the ingots, and then the ingots themselves are tungsten and steel. So it's so many different processes in a row. So you need to cook the tungsten, then you need the tungsten steel, then you need to pulverize it, then you have to cook the HSSE steel, pulverize that, and then get the HSSE. So I was thinking germanium, which I can get directly from my fusion reactor. We turn that into ingots. Or actually, we can just look here. So say here's the file again. This also has 51,000, and all I need to do to get this is gallium and radon. So just melt some gallium down. I have tons and tons of radon now, and I will be able to get to this, and I can make all my tools out of this stuff and have the same level as the HSSE steel. So I'm just going to let the fusion reactor cook away. Get all the radon for me. It is 125 millibuckets per 16 gallium, and then obviously you need about 8 or 9 of those per ingot. So you need about a bucket of radon per ingot. So that's why I ended up doing 18 buckets of mercury, 18 buckets of gold, which are 125 ingots of gold, if you didn't know. Anyway, so that's going. I'm also trying to ramp up my witch water production again. I just keep ramping it up over and over and over again. Lots of leaves here. The leaves are good because I'm making dirt. I expanded out the platform 2 more. Alright, so I'm going to do 2 more rows of barrels, which I have here. And then I need... Did I ever get those flue ducts going? I didn't, because I needed tin. That's what it was. Oh, the steel bending cylinder, that's why. Because it takes 6 ingots to make that, and I was like, that's a lot of steel. So I may wait on upgrading this until the fusion reactor is complete. But unfortunately this takes... This is such a pain with the mushrooms growing. Like, I kill them, but then they'll keep reappearing and make it super difficult. So it's kind of like I do 3 at once. Alright, but I'm going to work on this. I probably won't do this on while recording, because I have done this multiple times. Alright, and I should have... Yeah, all the servos. So 72 servos, 72 wind barrels, and I want to do about 100 fluid ducts, I think. But I need duranium. So let me, can I turn, is there an easy way to turn the duranium? Yeah, see, the problem is I don't have another fluid solidifier. A dedicated one. I could put like right here, since I'm not really using these anymore. That was for my radon. Over here, can't remember what I have done over here. Oh, I also have, I'm making end stone. Since I turned off the other chemical reactor, I figured I can have this kind of going. I guess I could just... I don't technically need this as silicone rubber. That's annoying, but I'll just break that and we'll put the duranium in there, I think, what we will do. But let me wait till the fusion reactor is all finished making the radon, and then I will throw like liquid gallium in there. I'll probably do, I don't know how many I'll do, but this is going to take quite a while to eat through all this gold. And mercury. But next I need to, you know what, I actually might, I think I'm just going to do an iron cylinder. I have plenty of iron. Let's just do that for now. And then when I have a bunch of duranium, what's it, bending, I think it is. Yeah, so I need 6 ingots. Let me just do, I'm going to do iron, and then eventually I'll start upgrading all those to the duranium. So was it a saw, file, and hammer? And eventually I'm going to make neutronium. Very far in the future I'm going to make neutronium tools, just cuz. So that should be enough for 100. Yep. That's easy enough recipe. It just, I was out of, yeah, I was out of the cylinder. Alright, so, yep, that's the, that's just ticking away slowly, creating deuterium. Now I also am going to be, after I get, I think polytetrafluorine is my next thing I want to accomplish today. So I'm going to need chloroform and hydrofluoric acid. Chloroform is easy, chlorine, methane. It does need 30 EU per tick though. I may do another battery buffer off this one, but I'm kind of running out of room over here. The only hard part of this process here is Yeah, these two can be made in an LV, so hydrogen and fluorine, easy enough. And then chloroform is methane and chlorine, which I have tons of methane. But the actual, this one needs to be done in an HV. So I gotta figure out how I want to do that. But let me figure out how I want to do this, where I want to put it, and I will be back. Alright, I just recorded 5 minutes worth of footage and realized I was muted. So I'll try to remember exactly what I went over. I have put radon and gallium in here. I did 32 ingots worth of gallium, 36 buckets of radon. That should be an even amount for the duranium. And I have changed my wires a bit. So this is now ludicrous voltage going into the fusion reactor. It was struggling a bit on power with the other. And I have rearranged this a little bit. So now I do have a ludicrous voltage line coming out of the battery buffer. Let's see, this is draining quite a bit. This was looking bugged, so I'm seeing if that will like fix it. I hate how it wasn't spinning. Alright, can I do this? There we go. And it's spinning again. Okay. But I'm going to, if I turn this off, it won't burn the naphtha, but it will, RPMs will go up. So if you disable that, I don't know if that's intended, but we're going to have that going. Alright, my reactor, yep, is working perfectly. So I should be getting duranium. I haven't. Yeah, 2 buckets of duranium. I think with 36 buckets of radon and 32 ingots of gallium, I think that was, I want to say, like 288 buckets or something it was? I can't remember exactly. I should just get that as an interface, I think. And just have it automatically pull in. So there's my duranium. And quest complete. Perfect. And then I will be making all my tools out of this once all these go. I'll be making them out of duranium. But anyway. Okay, so there is a chemical reactor. I'll probably do 2 of those. Phenolic circuit boards. Okay. Haven't made these in forever. What is it? It's like glue and something, wasn't it? Glue and sawdust. It's 100. I mean, I have tons of glue. Do I want to make another assembler? Just cuz. How many? I'm at 28 over here. I probably won't be putting any more up here in case I need to increase the amount. How many do I have down here? Yeah, I only have 13 down here. Maybe I'll set up another assembler to make these circuit boards, because I do... Well, I don't really... I'm thinking about it. I don't really make these that often. Let me think about that, because I do want to make this polytouch fluorine. I will probably do... Well, this needs a high voltage. These need only LV. And all the stuff that I need chlorine, methane, and hydrogen are all right here. So I was thinking kind of coming off here, maybe. Maybe I'll put... I don't want to go like over here, but maybe I will do... I don't know. Let me decide how I want to do this. I'm going to do think I need about 4 chemical reactors, one of which is HV. I just don't know if I'm gonna make the stuff here, send it all the way over there, like I kind of did with the other things. I don't know. Let me figure this out and I will be back. Okay, I think I have everything that I'm going to need here. I've placed a battery buffer with 4 lithium batteries in there. So hopefully this will kind of like extend the reach of these. I think it's going to be like this, and then I'm going to have one over there, I think. So I got to figure out, let's see. So that one, this is the one that needs to be right next to the battery buffer because it's 30 EU per tick, and it's getting 31 EU per tick right there. So it could be either of these, but it needs to be right there. And this needs, let's see, chloroform. There's chloromethane, which I'm already producing chloroform. So it's chlorine and methane needs to go in this with a circuit. So let me get that going. Just need one. And I set up to produce the phenolic circuit boards in between episodes. I've gotten to the point where I am where I've just started like putting all the different machines. Like I needed a fluid solidifier, so I just put the crafting recipe in there so I could just because I keep making these. These are all in here and stuff, but yeah, I've just started putting all those in the auto crafting so I can craft whatever I want. Alright, so I need methane and chlorine. Chlorine's easy. Chlorine's up here. So I guess I could have maybe methane come in through here, the side. Let's see, are these... No, we're good here, so I don't have to worry about that. I guess this way. It's gonna... Can't really do much about that. It's gonna attach to that. Actually, let's do that and I'll turn that off. We'll do this. And down. Okay, so there's the methane. Easy enough. Let's get the chlorine over here. I guess I could just kind of go over here. And there we go. And we are getting enough power. Right. So this is exporting. I need to get 2 things out of this. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Do I move this down one, which I can, so I could pull out the hydrochloric acid, which I'm probably just going to... I was just thinking about voiding it, to be honest. I'm not using all this hydrochloric acid. It's just building up and up. It's just sitting there, not getting used. But I do need the chloroform. This is going to be sketchy over here. No matter how I do this, it's going to connect. So let me just break that for now. Let's do this. Problem is I don't want... Let me grab a servo. I don't want the hydrochloric acid going in this one. I think it's probably easier if I just move these 2 farther down instead of trying to pull out both these fluids from the same one. I think that's probably going to be the easiest. So let me grab a cell here. So chloroform, whitelist, pull chloroform out of that, enable. I need to set that with the screwdriver though, most likely. So right click is tank 0, tank 1, there we go. So I don't know why this is tank 0 and this is tank 1. Wouldn't it be easier to make 1 and 2? Anyway. So there's that. So let me, yeah, I'm going to move this down. Oh, this actually. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I'll have tank 0 on that side. The auto output, I've noticed if I do this, it does not really work with the configuring the sides, but you do need to do that if you're trying to extract with the servos. It won't extract if you don't do that with the screwdriver. Whoa, what's going on here? What don't I have? Oh, screwdriver. Of course. I should really make a second screwdriver. With the duranium. Oh, and the duranium, I totally miscalculated. You use 32 ingots of gallium, you're going to get 32 ingots of duranium. It just goes through a lot of radon is the problem. Because it's 125 millibuckets of radon per 16 millibuckets. Alright, so we'll put this here. And empty cell. I gotta have these filtered, otherwise it pulls out the wrong items. So, whitelist. Actually, I'll just do blacklist. That should work. If I turn this on, it should fill up with hydrochloric acid, right? Now I could just, I don't know. We'll see the situation when I have all these, all the spaghetti going on, because it's about to get a lot worse. So there is my chloroform. Now I also need, oh, I think I need to get fluorine over here, don't I? Hydrofluoric acid, I think I need. Is that what I need? Just double check. Yeah, so I need this hydrofluoric acid, which is easy. Hydrogen, super easy. And this is only 8 EU per tick. Fluorine, though, is going to be an issue because I don't have a tank of fluorine. It's not connected to like the main one that I have. There's fluorine right there, yeah. Although I do have space up there. I could just change this into a tank. Let's see. This is the line that is going to be all the electrolyzers are attached to. I don't know what's in that. Is that oxygen? Hydrogen? Yeah, it's hydrogen in that line. Let's see. I would like to continue with all the different colored fluiducts. I think it looks, I like it. So, let's see. I could get it through like over here. Let me get a quantum tank and figure out how I'm going to get this into this machine all the way over here. I could come, the hydrogens are going to have to come this way, I think. And fluorine. Let me figure that out and we'll be back. Alright, so what I've decided, this actually took quite a while to set up, but I'm just going to quickly go over it. I have set up fluorine. Well, there's nothing in here, but this is a fluorine tank. I do have a filter on the bottom. So nothing but fluorine can go in there. That's being pumped out and around. And then into this one. So we got our chloroform in this one. We got our hydrofluoric acid in this one. And I actually I just set this up. So let's see if this works. If I create 200 buckets, obviously it's not going to know that I did that, so I'll just kind of cancel it when it figures out it can't. But yeah, I just have the recipe in here. Creating the fluorine, which will send it over this way, and then it'll end up in that tank, and then out once it backlogs into here. This creates the hydrofluoric acid, which is being filtered out with the chloroform into this one. This needs to be HV. This is the reason it's over here. And diluted hydrochloric acid and the touch of fluorine or whatever is on this side. I do have this filtered. Both of these are outputting diluted hydrochloric acid, and I ain't going to bother with that, so I just have that being trashed. And then this is being pumped back again, which the smartest thing would have been to just do it over here, but I didn't. I decided to do it on the other side. But I have my oxygen line, so the oxygen line is coming over here, feeding into this one. With the tetrafluoroethylene with oxygen creates the polytetrafluoroethylene. And then I'm making the sheets on this side. I don't know if the sheets are necessary, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if I need to be making these sheets. I probably don't. But I'm going to stick a storage bus on this, I think. No, maybe not. I don't know if I need to. But there's these sheets for, excuse me, yeah, there's my polytetrafluoroethylene, which will let me make the next tier up. So ZPM, 0-point module voltage. So there is the liquid. I can put that in an assembler if I want. Let's see, these are made with iridium. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. It's probably easiest if I just have this piped into a assembler, and then I'll just pull. I'll pull like a stack out of this, and then throw it in the fluid extruder, and then we'll probably automatically export that into an assembler. But I gotta build the assembler first. The only problem is, once again, I have created this where this does not get enough power, which is okay once this all backlogs, but it's a pain until it does. But yeah, once that fills up, this will fill up. That will fill up. All these pipes will fill up. But that's going to take a while. But yeah, so that's the polytetrafluoroethylene, which isn't really that bad. Just chlorine, methane, and fluorine, hydrogen. So 4 items: methane, chlorine, hydrogen, fluorine. Actually, does that... I guess that polytetrafluoroethylene, kind of all the different things. So there's 4 basic chemicals, and that turns into the Teflon. I think that's the chemical name for Teflon. So there it is. And that will allow me to move into the next stage here. take a look at the quest. I just finished that. And that actually opened up the ZPM line, which makes sense because the hull is locked behind it. Yeah, and there we go. We can start moving forward, and then that will allow us to get the next tier of fusion. So the Mark II, you need either ZPM or UV energy hatches. And I need this casing, which is the LUV machine casings, surrounded by tungsten steel. So we need a lot of tungsten steel to upgrade all those. And then the hatches need to be ZPM. They can't have the LUV hatches anymore, so I will upgrade those. A lot of that I'm going to do in between episodes because that is just lots and lots and lots of tungsten steel. So that's going to take a while. But I may... I'm thinking I want to get more batteries in here. I like my usual 16. There are no batteries for the ZPM tier. There's no tier 7 batteries. They are the 0-point module, but those are usually only loot, and there's no way to craft them in this. Which seems a bit silly to me. So I'm not going to be doing a ZPM battery buffer, I don't think, because I can't put anything in it. But I do want to fill this up with 16 batteries. And I need to get this all changed over to ludicrous voltage. Yep, I fell in the water. I don't know if I will with these. But I definitely want, yeah, this ludicrous voltage, and I may even bump that up another one. Now that I can make the CPM energy hatch, I may bump up my blast furnace again. But that is going to use a lot of power, so I want more batteries, which I'll craft in between episodes. And with that, I think it is time to use my fusion reactor for power. So I'm going to probably start creating a plasma. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet. And use the plasma turbines to create power. But that's going to be for next episode. We'll start getting into that. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.